Good morning. Slept in this morning. Don't really mind, to be honest with you. Obviously needed it. Feel really, really tired still, actually. My shoulders ache, which is something that's not happened for a long time. It is probably a little before 6 a.m. So, yeah, I've really slept in. The tent is completely dried out now, which I was hoping would happen when I went to sleep last night. It was actually there was quite a bit of the tent still wet inside. But it seems to be all dry now, and there's been no condensation or rain overnight. So, yeah, we're nice and dry again, which is a real plus for me. I've just had my MetRx bar again, and the water is just about to boil for the coffee, so I'm going to get on with that, and then it'll be the usual thing of packing up and folding the tent down and getting back on the trail. 25 miles to Timberline Lodge, hopefully hit that sometime mid-afternoon, and then get a few miles past it to camp tonight. It's funny seeing the forest in the daylight. I was walking through this section last night, literally in the pitch black. It was so dark under the canopy, just the head torch, kind of like scanning left to right, looking for flat spots or tent spots. And you're kind of walking through in the daylight, and you're just seeing tent spots everywhere. Places where you could put the tent. It's 6:42. I just left camp just now. It's actually getting easier to pack up on a morning, just total routine. You kind of do it all automatically. You don't think about where anything goes. It just goes. Like I said, my shoulders are aching a little bit. I think the problem is that I've lost so much weight that unfortunately my hip belt on my backpack won't tighten up any further. It cinches in as far as it'll go now, and it's just not quite transferring the weight of the backpack to my hips as it should be. So there's a little bit more weight riding on my shoulders. Morning again, folks. It's 9 o'clock, and this is mile 2081.9, or more accurately, just off that mileage. It's a little detour off the PCT, and it's called Little Crater Lake. It's just a really small pond, basically, but it is incredibly deep. You may be able to see here, it's not very deep, just here at the edge, but just after that it just drops right off, and you can maybe make out that tree kind of in the bottom there. It's crazy. It's so deep. It's a beautiful little spot, a really nice little detour. Hey, so it's 11:15 a.m. and I'm about half mile away from Highway 26, and there's a big trailhead parking lot there. It is about mile 2089.7, I believe it's located at. Just through the trees to the left of me, you may be able to see they're quite thick, a lot of foliage and a lot of dense tree cover. Every now and then it just opens up a little bit, and the awesome spectacle of Mount Hood is just staring right back at you. And at the moment, it's got this really cool little cap of cloud around the top of it. Just keep getting glimpses of it. So it's funny knowing that yesterday I was looking at it from that distance, from when I climbed out of Jefferson Park. If you remember me showing you that view there, and it was way off in the distance on the horizon, and now I'm literally knocking at the front door, and I would imagine later on today I'm going to be pretty much at the base of it, looking right up at it. I would hope. So, well, that is yet another example of the old adage, the trail provides. So I've been going through my snacks like crazy this morning. I've just been probably the hungriest I've been for weeks, easily. Just firing through them. I just got down to the trailhead parking lot at the side of Highway 26, which took me ages to cross, by the way, because it was just so busy with vehicles. And I was actually really excited about two things. One was the pit toilet, and two were the trash cans. I had a lot of trash on me. So I managed to get rid of all that and get rid of some other trash, if you follow my gist. And there's a father and, I think it was a father and son-in-law there, and he had a cooler full of drinks, Mountain Dews, Dr. Peppers, Gatorades, all on ice. He's just like, can I offer you a can of soda or a Gatorade? I'm like, yeah, you can. Thank you. And then he's got these other 4 plastic boxes, and they're just full of food. Just full of like these little strips of like birthday cake stuff. Some like Kit Kats and Butterfingers and Payday bars. What else did he have? Oh, like a little packet of like little mini muffins, little mini chocolate chip muffins. And I'm thinking like, this is fantastic. This is just so good. And then he opens the last plastic tub up, and it's got these like, probably about that round, you know, a good 3 inches across probably. These fruit pies. Oh, blueberry fruit pie. And it wasn't one of those nasty fruit pies where there's just a tiny bit of filling and the rest of it's kind of like crust and pastry. No, there was only a tiny bit of crust and pastry, and there was loads of blueberries just crammed into the middle of it. So nice. Perfect. It was actually really interesting talking to him as well. His wife is a big thru-hiker. He was saying she's got about 15,000 miles of trail under her belt. She's a triple crowner, so she's done the PCT, the AT and the CDT, and she did them back in like, I think he said early 2000s, 2001, 2003-ish, something like that. But she was also the first person to complete the thru-hike, forgive my pronunciation, but I think he said the Wichita Trail, spelled O-U, I can't remember how you spell it. It starts O-U. But yeah, first person to thru-hike the trail. That's such an accomplishment. And he said it was great. There was like people there with like air horns and bells, and there's reporters there and press and all this. So brilliant. All these cool people you meet, just with all these really cool stories, and you would never ever otherwise run across them. And here he is, just middle of nowhere in Oregon. He's from Oklahoma. He's come all the way here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, to give people that he's never ever met before free food and drink in the middle of nowhere. It just boggles my mind. It's so cool, it really is. Massively grateful. It's actually really energised me. Hey everyone. So I was going to stop at the water source I mentioned and fill up. I realised that Timberline Lodge itself was only 2.5 miles away, but it was also all uphill. I kind of thought it was a bit daft carrying a load of water uphill, but I just switched the camera on because I think things are about to get extremely interesting. Oh yeah. Well, definitely getting up close and personal now. No more glimpses through the trees. There's Hood. Wow. That is awesome. Just that bit of cloud hanging above the peak just really makes it look so dramatic as well. Oh, it's so cool. Not far to go to the lodge. I was definitely going to call in, get myself a cold drink at the very least. It's a little after 2 p.m, I've not had any lunch yet, so whether I eat something from my bag or get something at the lodge, I don't know. But well, I have been that transfixed staring at Hood that I completely forgot to look to the other side of me, and you can basically see where I've walked. That's Mount Jefferson in the distance. So that's where I was yesterday morning. Oh, looks like there's a fire over there, or a big dust cloud of some description. Hope it's not a fire. This landscape is spectacular. I keep saying it, but we have wide open spaces back home in the UK. You know, like you can get into the Lake District and places like that and get on top of the fells. You can see for miles and miles. But the sheer scale of it here is just daunting. It really is. If you said to me, hey Paul, why don't you go over there for a walk to Mount Jefferson? We'll be there in a day. I would very quickly be telling you what to do. And yet here I am, like, what, a day and a half later at the most. And I'm staring straight up at Mount Hood. It just defies belief. Right, folks, I've walked around to the front of the main building. There's actually kind of two main buildings. This is the main Timberline Lodge. Look at the size of it, it's huge. Really impressive. And then just down here in front of me, there's like a day lodge. It's called the Y East Lodge. And there's like a cafeteria in there. That's where I'm going to be headed because this is a little bit fancy for me. But I'm just going to try and go in through the front door and show you. Oh, sorry. Thanks a lot. Cheers. So they've got all these little rooms off to the side. This is the Barlow room. It's like a shuffleboard table. A piano. And then these cool wooden doors. Huge fireplace. It's really cool chairs. Wow. Forest Service desk. Guess these are all like original fixtures and fittings that were designed for the building. I think there is like a museum you can go around. I'm more bothered about food, I'll be completely honest with you. I won't mind that bed though. break in and get on the bed. I'm sure that'd go down very well. You can stay here, but I believe it's something crazy like $385 a night, if not more. But this fireplace is pretty impressive. It's absolutely huge. And you can see the rafters and the beams. Really nice. Alright folks, so I'm sat on the balcony or the deck of the Y East Lodge. I could have sat inside, it was air conditioned and it was quite nice, but couldn't really pass up the opportunity to sit where I'm sat at the moment, so I'll show you. So I got myself a nice cool root beer and a coffee, and I got myself a couple of, they're called squash tacos, and then look at the view. Jefferson in the distance. It's not bad, is it? It's pretty cool. There's even like power outlets inside, so if I wanted to, I could just sit and plug in and charge stuff up. It's a pretty cool place. Hey everyone. So it's about 7:45 p.m. As you can see, I'm pretty much set up for the night. I'm camped at mile 2109.2. At the moment there's nobody else in any of the spots near me. There's at least 2 more spots just down there in the trees. Pretty big ones as well. And this is like the big bank that I've just come down. It's like a 2,000 foot descent at least from where I was. Just down to the left of me, down this bank here, is a creek. I've just been down there to get myself filled up with water. So it's something else I don't have to do in the morning. Today I've managed to do 34.6 miles somehow. With setting off a little bit later and stopping at Timberline as well. Still managed to get just under 35 in, so I've surprised myself today. Because it's not been particularly easy walking, to be honest. There's been a few decent climbs in there today. Anyway, I'm pretty tired. I have to admit my feet are aching a little bit, so I'm going to get myself some food on the go, a cup of tea, and see if I can get off to sleep. I shall see you tomorrow for... I didn't realise I was so close to it, but I'm very close to Ramona Falls on the alternate, so we shall have that first thing in the morning. Alright, see you later guys.